Good morning, YouTube. This is Daniel Buchanan with GetMorePC. I wanted to do a webcam this morning about the set-top boxes that I've been using. Set-top boxes are devices that connect to your TV, usually via HDMI, and enable you to stream content from the set-top box to your TV. They basically give it limited computer functionality in a little device, a little puck, they call them. So the ones I'm going to be looking at today are the ones I have experience with, which are the Google TV, the Hisense Plus, which is a $99 set-top box, the Apple TV, which is $99, the Xbox 360, which is really about $200, but $99 if you agree to sign up for Microsoft's Xbox Live service for 2 years, which is $60 a year. So the fourth device is actually just the built-in Vizio Internet Apps that came with the TV. So of these devices, my favorite, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, is the Hisense Google TV, the Hisense Pulse. That thing is sweet, man. The interface is very fluid, it's quick, the GUI makes sense, it's Android. You're kind of used to Android if you have an Android tablet or an Android phone. My least favorite of these devices is probably the built-in Vizio Internet Apps because they just seem to be slow. They never were quite as responsive as any of the other set-top boxes. Now they did release a little firmware or an update for it recently, a little patch. Then that seemed to speed it up a little bit, but I've been using these other devices so much I really haven't had a chance to test it out. But my overall experience for the last 6 months of using it is that it's clunky, but it's still functional. It still allows me to stream my Netflix and my Hulu Plus, which are my two providers that I use to replace the cable TV. Each one of them is $8 a month, $16 total, or as opposed to cable TV, which is what, $100 a month at least, going on up for the more DVRs or satellite, whatever you get. So the things I want to talk about are the controllers for the devices. I think the best controller by far is the Hisense, the Google TV. It's got like a teardrop shaped. If you can see, it's like fatter at one end. So when you hold the thing, it's just perfectly in your hand and allows you to, really. It just fits nice in your hand. It's also got a touchpad, so you can manipulate a little mouse on the screen, and it also has a keyboard, so you can go and use a QWERTY keyboard like you're used to on your computer for typing in long strings of text, like you're trying to do a search for something on Netflix or Hulu Plus or YouTube. YouTube's also a really good app. So the worst controller is probably the Apple TV's controller. It is just Apple's, minimalistic style. In this case, it's a loop with a button in it. So you got up, down, left, right, and a button, and then you've got menu and back, or menu and pause. And I mean, it's cool. I use my Apple TV a lot. I like the Apple TV. It's got a real fluid, nice GUI, but the controller's not the best. The Vizio's is cool. Because it's got the QWERTY keyboard too, and with the Vizio, it's just your one device. It is your TV. So when you go and turn on your TV, you're ready to rock and roll. And then the last thing is the Microsoft, the Xbox 360, which allows you to use your Kinect, which is so cool because, yeah, you can do Kinect's whole, motion tracking sensitive thing, but you can also do voice control, which is so awesome and so futuristic. So for example, when you get to the end of a video, you can just say, next episode, Xbox, next episode, and it'll go to the next episode of the show that you're watching, which is awesome. So you don't even have to move, you don't have to grab a controller, you don't have to charge a controller, you don't have to find batteries for a controller. It's just you. So, but you have to have the Kinect too, and that's another $100, $150. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the GUIs. The graphical user interfaces, or what you're looking at when you deal with it. Of these, my favorite is probably the Xbox 360s because you've got that Kinect and it's got the cool Windows Metro interface. which really works great for an Xbox 360. Like it or not, for a computer on with a gaming system where you can just scroll around with your controller or with your voice, then you've really got an advantage. And they also have IE10. I mean, IE10 is great for television-based web browsing. I mean, it's sweet. The YouTube app works awesome. I don't think you can do voice search yet, which is kind of lame for that, but they're getting there, I'm sure. And then you have the Netflix and the Hulu Plus, of course, which is what I use, and they work great on it. We use this probably all the time. My kids are always watching the Netflix on the Hulu Plus. And my son has even done the cutest thing where he'll just yell, Xbox, next episode, or what he thinks he's saying, and it doesn't come out quite that legible, but it's so that's cool. The other GUIs, Apple's GUI is what you'd expect. It's got Apple's kind of iOS look and feel, where you've got like an iPad, you got your little apps, a grid of apps. There's no app store yet for the Apple device, but I'm sure they're going to release one soon. And it's pretty quick too. Once you get into the applications and you're moving around up and down through the menus, there's no slowdown. It's pretty quick. The Android interface is really nice because it's what you'd expect with that. However, the App Store for there, which they also do have an App Store, and it's nice, but their App Store doesn't have some of the apps you'd think it would for your other Android devices, but like for instance Gmail or Google Voice. But I guess it's because getting notifications on your TV would be sort of annoying, unless you wanted that kind of thing. You can also interact with your Android phone and kind of like flick videos, boop, boop, from the Android phone over to your TV, which is pretty cool, a la Apple TV if you have an iOS device in your Apple TV. And then the Vizio interfaces are fine. Like I said, they're a little slow. They just seem a little clunky. They seem to sort of be going slowly through the menu items as opposed to sort of more fluid. Now, there was that recent software update, and maybe that did it. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. If this is at all interesting to you, please let me know in the comments and subscribe to my channel, GetMorePC. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.